Hey, Leandra, what's going on, boo? Yes, good Thursday. Oh, good freaking Thursday. Good Thursday. Yes, good Thursday. Good freaking Thursday. Good Thursday. Okay, hang it in there. Hang on. For dear life, hang on by that thread. I don't care if it's a thread, still hang on. There's a chance. Everything's good. I went to my appointment. Everything was good. Still gotta do my workout, but I feel like I already did it in my head. you know, got some things that was needed, personal things, couple of things to celebrate. Because I'm about to have, I'm about to have a weekend, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Sticking to my boundaries, pretty good. How about yourself? Not playing with 2025. I'm not playing any games no longer. Think about unblocking somebody. I'm like automatically, oh, nope, I did it for a reason. Did it for a reason. What's the point? All they gonna do is try to play in my face again and disrespect me and stuff like that. So what's the point? Nope. It gotta make sense. Eating these M&Ms. It's a share size, but I ain't sharing because I'm greedy right now. Took it easy. I know that's right. Always give yourself grace. Don't put too much on yourself. I've been trying to achieve stuff in one day, and I'm like, all right, let me chill and calm down. What they say, the ark or whatever wasn't built in one day. Rome. Shout out to the 3 people in the live stream. Hope you're doing well. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for all that good stuff. Check out the community posts where I post collective readings that you may resonate with. Share some really good advice of my own and others you may want to see. Suggest some video ideas. Make sure to claim your donations, as sometimes I don't get a notification. Your YouTube name may be different from PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or even Chime. Um, Make sure to always read the description box and the title, whether you're new or not, as I do tend to change my prices. Personal private readings can go by email, phone, text, private live stream, or private recorded video. I do all kind of readings, including sexual readings, except mediumship, um, which I'll probably work on later. I will be on TikTok once I get my followers up. Um, and I think it's all to mention at this time. If anybody has any questions, let me know, and I will inform you. Thank you. I was going to say they busted my balls in college, but I don't have balls. But I seen this prank earlier where the girlfriend had some fake balls and put it on her boyfriend when he wasn't looking, and he went crazy. He was about to fight her. But yeah, so it doesn't always have to be about tarot. If you guys want to come in and chat with good vibes, feel free. You know, we can talk about anything: sun, moon, stars, what's going on in life, what you cooked, good news, how you healed, what's for dinner, etc., etc. I'm gonna munch for these peanuts. I want to start learning more about my wines and stuff. I think I'm gonna cook some steak and rice a little later. Why is the camera shaking? What the? He said it's the supermoon in Pisces tonight, you believe. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not really good with moon things. Does that mean like things are gonna be emotional or something? Ooh. Oh, it's a thing for Muslims. So is it like a thing where they celebrate like their culture or religion or what you want to call it? They fast and pray. Oh, okay. I need to be doing that. Too bad I just went grocery shopping and everything's going to be tempting. But if this was the other day, I'd have been able to do it. I mean, I still can. I can kind of just resist. But I've been doing better because sometimes I'll eat out of boredom or for a taste in my mouth or for different reasons I shouldn't, especially since diabetes runs in my family. And yeah, I just shouldn't be. But I've been doing good to where it's like I'm actually not gonna eat until I'm actually like hungry, you know. So I've been kind of doing good with that for the past couple of days. And I've been praying a lot too. More, I even came up with like my own personal special prayer, um, like that I'm gonna like set as like a main prayer and like a routine. Because you gotta stay prayed up, especially with these crazy people. It's gonna be Friday tomorrow. Hopefully, I make it to this birthday dinner Saturday. If not, I'm still gonna have fun doing something else regardless. But I finally received my packages from Amazon. I got my wig and everything. Because all my other ones are screwed. It's like some are ripped, some are like kind of like shrunk, and other crazy things are going on. So definitely need to upgrade. spiritually stronger. Exactly. I noticed like I kind of fell off with praying. My faith never really fell off all like that, but my prayer definitely did, and listening to gospel music and stuff like that, that had fell off for a minute. And once I started getting back to it, I seen just how much like, it really does help praying and listening to your gospel music, especially when you're being spiritually attacked. Um, so don't only do it when you're being spiritually attacked, do it always to, you know, better safe than sorry, and it's like ain't can't no demon touch me when I'm prayed up in faith and listen to my gospel and all that. Cause it's like ain't nobody more powerful than my God, our God. You know what I mean? Yeah, come through. I'm telling you, the devil is scared of God. These demons are scared of God. So when you call on Jesus and God and all that, and pray and do all that, they scram. They scram. They get on. Trying to tell you. Whenever I bring them up around people who don't believe in Him or who worship the devil or whatever the case may be, they get very uncomfortable. They get scared. They don't want to bust the wrong move or nothing. Remember, I was talking to this guy, and that should have been something I asked him in the first place. See, that's why you got to take your time in dating and really get to know people instead of just jumping in bed or jumping to think we're about to be get married and happy ever after. I didn't really ask him much about his religion, but one day I was cooking and I was on the phone with him, and out of nowhere, I was just like talking about God, and I'm like, you believe in God, right, and all that, and he was like dead silence, and I'm like, hello, right, like dead silence again. It was like the weirdest thing ever. Then there's this one girl who was like verbally attacking me, and when I kind of like brought up God and prayed over my situation that she tried to make me feel bad about, she kind of was like having like a certain kind of look when I, was praying and all that. It's like she stopped in her tracks kind of thing, and she's like, let me leave her alone kind of thing. So they scared. They try to make it seem like God ain't the most powerful over the devil, but it's true. God is. Yep. Some of them they even show you when you're playing gospel music and they ain't all into it or whatever, they're looking a kind of way like, oh, turn this off, or and they don't always have to listen to it when you listen to it. But the difference is they're bothered by it. So notice those ones when you're playing gospel music and they're like bothered, they don't want to listen to it. It looks like they rather be, doing something devilish or, something like that. Got a red flag. Red flag. Red flag for sure. Yep. But gotta peep. And I wasn't all that always observant, but I am more observant now. And I notice these things like, dang, they look feel very mad and upset and uncomfortable that I'm playing gospel. Like, dang, it's like they want to flee the scene. Okay, but some of them they try to distract you and gets you to do something else or act like they in an emergency situation, anything for you to stop listening to your gospel or stop praying. Or you got to watch that too. It's not only the ones who sit there and uncomfortable and they don't want to hear it, it's also the ones who try to distract you to get you to stop playing it as well. You don't love God? Said, I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? Devil, get up off me. It was never on me. Devil could never get near me. Okay, period. Devil, get from by me. Okay, the fuck. Mm, dang, I was on here that long. Time is flying. I guess I'll be getting off in a minute. Oh, yep, a lot of fake them. I mean, they've been around, but now they're like they don't have much places to hide, especially since the internet is getting bigger. For instance, TikTok, like you can come across a whole bunch of tarot readers in a shorter period of time than you can on YouTube, and you can spot more of the fakes and more on there because YouTube, it takes a while to get through the algorithm and get to these different tarot readers, but on TikTok you can get through a million of them within seconds. And I keep getting like a lot of these so-called spiritualists inboxing me like, oh, I feel like you're going to do this, that, and the third, and I automatically block them because for one, you're not supposed to be reaching out to nobody, trying to give them a tarot reader or beg them or try to get them in to pay for one. And then for two, you're not even resonating. I had one lady tell me something, you're trying to manifest your ex back and this, that, and the third. And it's like, I'm not even thinking about my ex. He's been blocked for the longest of time, and I've been moved on. Like he rarely crosses my mind anymore. I'm healing and all that. I'm not thinking about manifesting no ex. I'm not sad as fuck like she was trying to say. So I'm in my bed, depressed and this, that, and third. And it's like, I'm up moving, bitch. I'm up moving. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? So you can't assume that because I know some people are probably stuck on an ex right now and trying to manifest, but that's not my situation right now. I never even did care to manifest any ex. If anything, I'm gonna manifest new love. But yeah, I'm just looking at this lady like, yeah, okay. Went by fast. They are bots and scam. Yep. That lady said, you're trying to manifest the ex, you're real sad, this, that, and the third. And I was like, doesn't resonate. And I said something else I forgot, and then I blocked her. That's why I love the block button. It's beautiful. Crazy. Like, it's annoying. Yeah, I don't like if I didn't come to you for you to read my energy. I don't like you just going out your way to read my energy. I didn't ask you for that. I didn't ask you that. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. All of that is just totally wrong when they come to you. All of it is a big red flag. Like if I feel drawn to you to come to you and pay for or receive a reading, then that's how it should be. I don't go to nobody like, hey, you want a reading? I only did that one time, and that's when I first started because it was a girl I used to go to high school with, and I inboxed her and I said, I'm about to start doing these readings. Can I like kind of practice with you to see if I'm good at it? That was the only time ever out of my 5 years of tarot reading that I reached out to somebody. Other than that, I never ever and never will ever reach out really. I only did that for to kind of like see if I could even get into the business. And she kind of gave me confirmation because when I did that for her, she was like, kind of like scared, like, dang girl, you reading me down. And I was even scared a little bit too, like, dang, I didn't even know I was that gifted. And that's how it all kind of got started. And then not only that, I asked her. It's not like I just read it and was like, hey girl, I read this about your life. You know what I mean? I asked. It was crazy. I need to save some of these. Mysterious ways for sure, okay? She was scaring me. I'm like, did I do something wrong? Like, what's going on? Maybe I shouldn't do this. But she was like, no, girl, you read me down. I was like, oh, okay. I might continue, and I continued. I didn't even reach out and ask my family, like, hey, can I read for you? They came to me. Came true, yep. Stuff it does. Even if it's a year later. I had a reading from other people that came true a year later. It's just sometimes it's the timing. It may not resonate right there and there in the moment, but it might resonate a year from now, 2 years from now, 6 months from now, 2 weeks from now, whatever the case may be. Sometimes it's not always the next day or the moment that you're getting the reading, and that's why I'm kind of scared for TikTok because it's even more people that you have to explain how tarot readings work. Like, I was on somebody live the other day, and the lady was like, I'm unfollowing you because I think she said something about she was trying to explain to her how time frames might not always be accurate or something like that, and she tried to explain that like she ain't gonna probably be able to get to everybody. There's only so much people she can get to. She been on for hours and stuff like that, and she was complaining like you skipped me and da 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 da. Like she was just not understanding anything about how the process worked, and she was like, I'm unfollowing, even though I don't really care. It's like bye, unfollow. It's annoying. It's a headache. Yeah, and things can change. Like timing is very funny. Like that's why I always tell people to take it with a grain of salt because sometimes I be on point with the timing, sometimes I don't. I mean, it's just we don't control the timing. So I mean, hey, but she was like very upset. She's like, I'm unfouling, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to deal with all of that. Yep, energy changes too. And it moves so fast. But I can say some of the people on there on TikTok they like we moving slow. Don't repost your questions. I'm gonna get to everybody. Everybody just kind of be patient and stuff like that. So it is some people that will kind of like stay around or whatever. But for the most part, they like it's like give me a reading now. And it's not like this didn't happen on YouTube. We get it on YouTube too, but it's just like on TikTok it's gonna be 1,000 times more of that. And it's like oh I gotta get ready for that. uh, not everything is set in stone at all. Especially when you can change the outcome and the results and everything. Just because you got the reading doesn't mean it has to happen with the person seeing. You can take it as a warning and change it. The cards is only reading your life. We're not. Well, the true readers are not making anything up for you. We're just reading what currently is going on, what you want, what's bound to happen if you don't take certain steps. You know what I mean? But we just read what we see. We're not over here picking up the cards and just telling the story how we want to tell it, unless again it's a scammer. But for the most part, it's like this is reflecting your life. So if you went up and made a change and applied for a job and got the job, the next time you come back to a tarot reading, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, I see you got a job and da 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 da. But before then, if you didn't do nothing about it and you were complaining about a job, then in the cards is gonna be like, yeah, you're broke, you ain't got a job. You know what I mean? If you don't get up and do nothing, you continue to be broke not having a job, then you can't expect for the reading to just automatically like change if you're not doing anything to actually get the job. You know what I mean? It's reading your life. But yeah, it be people that take it out on you because they man don't want them or they man doing wrong, and all you did was read the truth, and they're like, "You're a terrible reader." Blah 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 blah. I'm unfollowing, unsubscribing. You're the worst. Blah blah blah. You're not helping. Blah 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 blah. And then most of them come back like, "Oh, I was tripping out or whatever." Da 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 da. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me. Cause shoot, at the end of the day, I got my own life to worry about. Once I get off here, I don't even, I care about people, but not to the point where I'm gonna keep on trying to convince you of tarot reading. I'm not gonna keep on trying to convince you. You can go somewhere else. And I had to realize it with my own self. Being a depression, I would blame depression. Depression can take a lot. Depression to have you not wanting to take a shower, which not for me because I am a very clean person. So for the most part, I'm still gonna take my showers. But it was days where it's like I'm probably gonna skip one day, or you might not brush your teeth as much, or you might not want to go outside as much, or you might not want to do the things you used to love, or you might not want to talk to anybody and shut down. It all depends on how you react to it, but depression can definitely, that's why I feel like I beat it. And I even want a shirt that says F depression because I'm over it. I don't want to ever go back to being like depressed and shutting down and stuff, you know, because it's not going to solve anything. What's being depressed, crying, and complaining and shutting down going to solve? Nothing. You know, you're just in this victim mentality, and nobody really can help you or save you but your damn self. Because I mean, people can try to help you, but if you don't want to help yourself, you're still going to be in that situation because you're the one that's supposed to be like living your life for you. So if you don't live your life for you, you live it for the other people, or you just don't live it at all, then you're screwed. And that's just the harsh reality. And I had to realize that, like, you know, I got older now, and I can't really blame. You know, even if I did have a messed up past, like I can't keep blaming it because now I got to take control of my future, and I gotta, you know, put myself in the positions and everything that I want to be in. So I don't have time to think about the past or time to think about who's doing what and who thinks what about me, because it's just a waste of time. It's like I don't care if you think I'm ugly, stupid, liar, but you could think whatever. People can make up and have their own opinion. So it's not my job or responsibility to try to change the whole world and have the whole world like me. The whole world won't. The whole world won't like you. You won't like the whole world. So it's like, what you problem about? It's like the people that's for you is the people that's for you. Okay, me too. I love my peace too much to be dealing around with foolery. Yep, you're not missing out on too much, especially if all people is doing is partying and they're not achieving any goals or dreams that they want to or that they probably should. Yeah, I know it's still good people like myself and you and stuff out there. You know, I already done came across a few, but I do feel like I gotta blame myself that like sometimes I do self sabotage and push people away because I feel like, you know, I'm not in it. I wasn't in it. Well, I'm in a good place now, or I wasn't in a good place, or I didn't feel like I was good enough. But no more of that. Because I definitely did come across a few good people, but it's like I didn't, you know, let it go far because it's self-sabotage. And hopefully I meet those people again or meet other people like it or better. And, it's never too late for anything. If I could see, when I lived in one of my first apartments when I first moved out, it was a lady that was like 60 something years old. She had just learned how to swim. And that kind of gave me motivation. Like, dang, it's never really too late to do anything. People get married at 60 something. It's never too late for anything. So it's like, don't let nobody kind of try to convince you. Because I know this one girl, she was like, that's kind of like, some people are trying to make you feel lame or guilty or something like, oh, you're too old to be doing this, or it's too late. Like, I don't see why you're still trying to chase after a dream or why you're this, that, and third. But I don't care. It's never too late because I refuse to leave this earth like unhappy, or I didn't achieve anything, or I didn't really experience anything, or it's like, what kind of life is that to live? You said so many, yep, walkers, yep, yep. But we got to make the best of it while we're here. So why not? Yep, love me or hate me is still an obsession. Love me or hate me, that is the question. If you love me, then thank you. If you hate me, then fuck you. I don't know if you remember that song. That was like 2010, maybe even earlier than that. But you owe yourself so much. Oh, I love that. I love that. You owe yourself so much. We owe ourselves so much. Know who you are as a person. Yep. People are trying to people are trying to twist everything. They're trying to make it seem like you don't know who you are, or if you really don't, try to like keep on picking at it. Like, you gotta let that outside noise go if it's negative. If you're a truly good person and you know that, nobody can make it seem like you're mean and evil and selfish and malicious. You gotta like leave it alone and not try to fight it and convince people. It's like, whatever, you can think that. If I'm the villain in your story, then hey, so be it. Somebody's gonna believe me. Somebody's gonna be on my side. Okay, somebody's gonna be rocking with me and supporting me. So who cares? And if they ain't, I'm shouting and rooting for my damn self. You don't think you know that song? Girl, I kind of grew up outside, but then I also kind of grew up on the internet. It was like I had like a split. So I used to be on knowing everything. So if I don't know like a whole album or certain songs, but I can bet you that I know this song from over here and then this song from way over there. You'll be surprised. Like, I know a mix of songs, but I might not know one particular album by heart like most people do. But I know a whole bunch of like different songs from here and there. But I always try to remember that song because it kind of helps me to like not care anymore. It's like, if you love me, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, we can kick it, we can rock. If you hate me, if you don't like me, who cares? I wasn't put on earth for every single person to like me. I wasn't put on earth to take care of everybody but myself. I wasn't put on earth to just be isolated. I wasn't put on earth to be treated like shit. I wasn't, you know what I mean? Wasn't put on earth for that. Wasn't put on earth to just be abused by some loser. Wasn't put on earth to be controlled by the government. I can go on and on. I wasn't put on earth for that. But I mean, we all human. We all make mistakes. We all done probably been a hypocrite at once. We probably all done made somebody cry at once. We probably all done got bullied at once. We probably all have some type of insecurity. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's perfect, so it's like we don't have to be hard on ourselves to be the good one, the goody two shoe, and the perfect one, and the person that always be the bigger person and make peace and this, that, and the third. Like you should be able to relax and chill and, okay, period. Yes. That used to offend me in the past too, because I feel like that was a really bad thing. Which I feel like it's a good thing, but also like I deserve to chill too. I don't always have to be like strong and just taking everything too at the same time. So I feel like it's kind of like a balance thing. But my younger days, it was like a guy I used to work with. I had like a certain hairstyle. It was braided. It was looking good. And I showed up to work. He was like, "You like a strong black woman," and I took offense to that. Cause in my mind, I'm thinking he think that's like I'm just taking everything and I'm like got all this burdens on my shoulders and stuff. That's kind of how I was thinking about it. But he probably meant something different. But I kind of took it like offense. Probably because I did feel like responsible for like a lot of stuff. So I'm like, mm-mm. I'm like, no, I'm not. Sometimes I need to be held and rest, and somebody else take care of something. You know, somebody else be the leader. Somebody else, you know what I mean? Even if for a second, then I can get back to being, strong woman. But sometimes we need to rest. Okay, our bodies do a lot, way more than men. We are like more spiritual and more portal and more emotional, like we was talking about the other day. So yeah, it was like masculine, being too strong all the time. It's like masculine. I want to be feminine, at least sometime. Yeah, that's true. Make the body sick. You never not. You never. Well, I can't talk. You never lied. Not to let people have power over. Yep. Yep. Ooh, I want to go to this post because I seen a post the other day. It was explaining certain things about emotions. It was saying like we can choose like our emotions because it's not. Somebody was saying like emotions are a little bit like fake because it's like certain things trigger it. But if those certain things didn't exist, then we wouldn't kind of like feel the certain way that we do. It's almost like it's program kind of thing. Or again, we could just control it. Like somebody say something, we don't have to like get all angry and riled up and want to take it to the extreme. We can kind of like brush the shit off, or like it don't have to really affect us like it usually does. And that's true because at the end of the day, words are just words. You know, if you go crazy over words or something very small, then you definitely can't handle anything big. And if everything single thing triggers you, then it's like every single person has power over you. So definitely got to be like level headed, and I mean, we're all gonna probably have some type of triggers or something like that, but at least kind of like control some of it. But yeah, I don't even let words as much as I used to get to me. Cause for one, 9 times out of 10, if somebody's trying to trigger you, they obviously jealous, or they trying to project because their own life is shitty and they feel the type of way about themselves. So for the most part, it's not even really anything personal. So it's like you don't even need to really get riled up. I'm gonna probably kill somebody next time. I'm gonna probably kill him with kindness. I'm gonna be like, "I'm sorry you're having a bad day." They're probably gonna be looking like, "What the hell?" They over there trying to trigger me. I'm like, "I'm sorry you're having a bad day," in a sarcastic way, because you're not about to steal my joy. You ain't about to get me out of character and out of pocket because you feel some type of way about what you got going on, whatever it is. I remember an old coworker at my job. He was going through a lot with like his girlfriend, well, so-called girlfriend, because she was like playing him and another guy, and she was just doing too much in his life, and he would try to take it out on everybody else at the job. And I wasn't really connecting or realizing that at the point. I was just get upset. But when I really look at it, that's what he was doing. Like his own life was very shitty, and he was trying to make everybody else miserable like he was. And I let him get to me. But I can tell you the type of person won't get to me again, especially when it's come from you're trying to project. And most of the time, people take stuff out on the wrong people instead of the people that's actually abusing them. It's like, why didn't you try to like fight them or do this to them or disrespect them like this when they're the ones causing harm to you? Why did you try to do it to this person who's not bothering you, innocent? You have no reason to like, or no right to do anything because they didn't do anything to you. But it's always mainly they try to get the person that didn't do anything, the person that just laughed but they didn't tell the joke. It's like, why aren't you going for the person that's, you know what I mean? It's like a coward move. For and regretted it. I'm hollering. Right? Uh. Yep, you gotta look deeper sometimes. I had another incident with a coworker. It was a girl this time. She was going through it with her husband. I mean, he was treating her bad, like the bottom of his shoe. But sometimes he would try to like cover it and send her flowers to the job and different stuff that you'll think like, oh, that's so nice and so romantic. I wish I had a man like that. But behind closed doors, he's doing all this crazy stuff, and she would try to like take it out on everybody else at the job. So most of the time, like I said, don't be personal. It's just that they're probably feeling some type of way about their own life, and they try to take it out on you, like you're the punching bag or the doormat, the scapegoat, or the butt of the joke. They try to take it out on you. Yep. Instead of getting rid of those people or doing something to better themselves or anything else, they decided to take it out on the wrong people. Makes sense. Makes sense, right? Uh huh. These bang. I should have got another one of these. I'm so greedy. But that went crazy. And some people just do not like to admit their own problems and their own wrongs and stuff like that. They rather blame you. They rather kill themselves. They rather do anything else but to say that they were wrong. They'll blame a dog, a child, they'll blame anything rather than to say that they were wrong. It could be a complete stranger who had nothing to do with the incident. They'll blame them rather than to say themselves is wrong and hold themselves accountable. Yeah, I ain't dealing with those people no more. So they can bang their heads against the wall, screw their own lives over or do whatever they do. I will not be a part of it anymore. I don't care who you are, because I got to look out for myself. I can't, I can't. I'm just gonna mind my own business, okay? unless it has, unless it's gonna affect me in a bad way, I'm minding my business. I'll still be a nice person and help people here and there, but other than that, I'm minding my own business, and everybody is for themselves, out for themselves. Like I said, I'll be a nice person here and there, but I'm not gonna be as nice to where I feel like I was a doormat or I felt like nobody was listening to me, nobody cared about my feelings, etc., etc. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna value myself again because I feel like I did at one point. Like I didn't care about what people thought. I was more outgoing. I spoke up and called people out more and all that, and that part of me kind of got shut down by depression, and a lot of people trying to fight against that part of me. And now I feel like that needs to come back because I loved her. I love that part of me. So it's like that needs to come back to where it's like I don't even give a damn. It's like if you can't handle that, then that's your fault. You shouldn't have, what I mean? You shouldn't have chose that life because I'm gonna speak the truth. I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna speak the truth. That's just who I am. Because I'm not a fake person. Like I'm not gonna talk about nobody behind them back. They back. I'm gonna say it to their face. Because for one, I'm not scared. For two, I'm a grown person. For three, I'm going to go to the source. What's the point of going to somebody who can't resolve it? And it's just messy. Like I'm not the type of person that just gossip and say something behind your back, and then I get in front of you and I'm like, oh hey girl, how you doing? I missed you. Blah blah. No, you're gonna know how I feel and what's going on. Otherwise, I don't want to be around if I can't tell you the truth. But yeah, I just spiraled and vented and all that. But good talk. We'll be getting off here and cooking, watching my show, and kind of just relaxing for the rest of the day until the weekend. When they are not around, yeah, that's like almost like you're either scared or you're smear campaigning or both. Because what other reason would you be doing that for? Seriously, I've never been that type of person. You're always gonna know you yourself if there's a problem. Because I mean, you're the only one that can fix it. For one, if you're willing to, you know what I mean. Going to all these other people for is for like for what? What's the reason? Plus, again, like I'm not scared. I'm a grown person. You are the source. You're the only one that can fix it if you choose to. There's many other reasons why you should go to the source. Like I don't get gossiping and all that. I say it behind your back. I say it to your face. More than likely, I already said it behind. Say it to your face before I don't like try to get advice from other people. You know what I mean? Because it will bother me. I'm gonna tell you up front. Like, and my facial expression is gonna show it. Well, I feel like you're just being very nasty and malicious and like just a nasty spirit and evil and whatever. Like before I probably even tell you, my facial expression is gonna be. I got a certain face when people are being like that, and pretty much everybody that been around me knows that face. So it's like you done fucked up, or you being like a real nasty person when I make that face. Some of my last coworkers at my like last job before I'm just kind of like chilling in school right now, they know that face. So it's like when they see that face, it's like, oh, what happened? Cause you know some shit is like real messed up when I make that face. And it's like my lip and my nose and stuff turn up. I don't know. I will have to show you, but it's like a certain look, and it's like you know you done fucked up when I make that face. It's like you just a scum of the earth. You're just like, how could you do people like that? That's the kind of face I make when you're like totally in the wrong and you're just like insane, being insane. At that point, that's when I make that face. Like, ugh. It's like a ugh kind of face. It's like, mm-mm. So it's like it's just being fake. It's not for me. Because even if I tried to be fake, you're gonna know my facial expressions gonna tell it all. Ooh, I seen one, like a whole bunch of ones. Dang, I think that was the many one, most ones I've seen in a minute together as angel numbers. That's crazy. Synchronicity. It's other people in the live stream. If you guys want to join in the chat, you can. Doesn't always have to be about paying for a tarot reading. You know, this is a community. You know, this is collective. That kind of thing. As long as it's positive vibes, no trolls. I mean, I am going to be getting off pretty soon, but still, you know, if you want to join in for a minute, you can. Yeah, because it even looks weird and suspicious, and you know, you probably have other people looking at you weird because it's like, go tell them. Even some people in the group, it'll be like, go tell them. Why are you telling us? I remember that same guy that at my old job where I said he took out a lot of his problems out on me and other coworkers because he was going through things in his relationship. And there was another guy that kind of like started doing that too. And I remember him, that guy, and like one other guy was like in the outside part of the job talking about me, and I kind of got wind of it, and I was just kind of like being funny. I just like went in that part with them and sat down like, interesting. Wonder what y'all saying about me, kind of thing. You know, that kind of thing where it's like, you know, I ain't worried, I ain't scared, I ain't, you know, like I can sit here in your face and see like, confident and everything, like what's going on. And like one of the guys, he was real scared. He hurt and left. Um, and the other guy was still sitting there, kind of like whining, crying, and bitching to the other guy um, about what I did, which I only did it because he was trying to fuck with me. And you know, I never really mess with people for no reason. I never initiate messing with people. You know, I don't. I worry about myself for the most part. I don't bother people. He bothered me, and you know, I did some shit bad because I was fed up. Like you're not about to keep fucking with me, especially for no reason. I barely know you, and like, where is this coming from? Like he would start arguments with me out of nowhere. So I'm like, you know what? I had did some shit to him or whatever, and then he decides to try to smear campaign me, so people would like get on his side, not like me, believe me, and probably start trouble too. But it didn't work because them guys was just looking at him like, that's your problem. I don't see why you're upset. I would do the same thing that she did. And, you know, so he was kind of like upset. Nobody was really taking his side when he was whining and bitching. He was just kind of looking at me like, damn, I can't get people to like dislike you. And I'm like, you know, went out your way to do all that just for it not to work. But yeah, when you're a very like powerful, spiritual, probably pure, confident, um, level headed, in your own world, worried about yourself kind of person, you're probably going to get a lot of spiritual attacks. And I feel like that's what happened at that job. It was one of the worst jobs I ever had because it was a lot of people that was trying to like come at me kind of thing at once. And I feel like at a certain point, it was kind of like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, it was to the point I was tired of like defending my own damn self. It was just like, whatever, I'm ignoring y'all, which I feel like should have defended myself a little bit more. But at the same time, it's like, how can you when it's like a whole bunch of people going after you, a whole bunch of weak ass losers at that point? I mean, but still, it was just like, it was just too much for one person. And they did it on purpose because I heard them one day, like, oh dang, you strong, like you lasted longer than other people in the job. So they did it on purpose. They would do that to every new person that would come in the job, and they would like gang up on that person and purposely try to make them quit. But I was lasting long and I never quit. I quit when I wasn't getting paid what I was worth. I didn't quit because people was ganging up on me because I really didn't care about, I cared about that, but I really didn't. But that was their whole thing, to get like people to like quit the job, so that it would be like a whole bunch of people like ganging up on one person. And I had heard them one day, they was like, you're the one that lasted the longest out of everybody, kind of thing. Like, you're like, basically you're strong. Like, we done did pretty much everything, and you're still here. Like, usually people be gone and kind of, but you. And I was like, I'm thinking like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I feel like it was kind of both. Like, it was a bad thing, I should have been got out, but it was also a good thing because it's like, yeah, I'm like, you know, they was very weird, and most of them were men, and most of them were gay. So you mix that, you got gay men that hate women, and I was pretty much the only woman that worked in the kitchen part. There was other women, but they worked in like service and bartender and different things like that. I was pretty much the only woman except one. She would be there like every blue moon, but I was the only constant woman that was in the kitchen with all men, and most of those men were like gay and they hated women. So they would take all their energy out on me, and I just got to a point where I was tired. Sometimes I didn't even defend myself to when I should have. But again, like, it was just only so much that somebody can take, and it was crazy. But it's only gonna make me stronger. So I mean, it only made me stronger because I mean, their whole thing was just get me to quit, get people to quit, you know, just fuck with people because they ain't had nothing better to do, because their lives are sad, because they were really the weak ones and they wanted to be a woman. You know what I mean? I even had one guy admit that to me when I was leaving work early, because he was mad I was leaving early because I got that privilege. I guess he thought I got that privilege for being a woman or whatever, and he was like, and that sad is gone.
You drunk at all?
My bad, but yeah, like I was saying, he felt like I had a privilege, and he was like, "Dang!" He looked at me. I didn't expect that. He was like, "I wish I was a woman." I'm like, "Oh hell no!" I'm like, "Yeah, let me get out of here." I'm telling you, it was one of my worst jobs. Working with all men, most of them were gay and hated women, and I didn't know that. I'm just going in clueless, naive, and oblivious. You know what I mean? I'm just la la, la, just doing my job, doing my thing, and you know, not knowing that it was men that hated women and people that wanted to compete while I'm just doing what I need to do. But they was bothered. They was bothered. and tried to make it seem like I was the one that was bothering everybody else, but I'd stayed in my own zone. So how could I be? But nobody could tell me nothing about that situation, regardless of how I reacted. Because if you haven't been in that environment with a lot of like gay men that hate women and do anything to attack, then it's like you can't really tell me nothing because you didn't go through that. So you know, it's like you would have did this, you would have did that. It's like okay, good for you because I did the best I can with that. With 50, 11 people trying to comfort me, you know, I just kind of like shut down, and it reminded me of like when I was younger and I got bullied, and that kind of just took me back with PTSD. And again, I didn't react fully how I probably wanted to, but at the same time, like how much can like one person take with like a whole bunch of group of people coming like at them? So it's like you tell me until you get in that position. Where it's like everybody trying to, sabotage you kind of thing and test you. Yep, every job is gonna have that. But I feel like that was the most worst one because it's like every single one. At least the other jobs, it was like a few good ones or something like that, or it was a few distance, or it was like a few switch rounds or something. That was like the worst. Yep, true. Always gonna be yep, but not my problem. I got my own life outside. Yep, exactly. And apparently they don't because they too focused on you. So apparently they don't have their own life going on. Like even if I have the worst boring life, I'm not purposely out here trying to like attack people and you know take it out on them. Not only that, I think it was like a racist foundation because most of them were opposite of race. Even though I'm mixed, but still like opposite of race, and I feel like that even played a even more huge of a part of it of being like attacked. It was still some of my own kind, but it was like not enough. And they take advantage of that of their so-called power. They take advantage. And I kind of forgot that I'm the type of person who don't care because the old me, I'll be quick to be like, I don't care if you're a manager or this, that, and the third. Like, you're not gonna treat me a certain type of way. But I did get to a point where it was like I was tired, I was drained, and I don't want to keep switching between jobs, being financially not stable and stuff like that. To where I did accept certain disrespect that I shouldn't have. But again, that's not really me. I'll be quick to be like, look, I don't care if you're a manager, this, that, and the third. Like, you're not gonna treat me a certain type of way. And I just lost it at that point because, again, I wanted to be financially stable, so I accepted things, and I just shouldn't have. But again, I'm not gonna beat myself up about it because, you know, I did what I could at that particular time. And most jobs are like that. It's like for the most part you got to be disrespected to like really make money there and stay there and stuff. Because most of these managers and coworkers and boss and stuff is full of shit. So most jobs are like that. It was just this one was like the worst of all that I've ever been in. But yeah, most of it is like that. They take advantage because it's like they assume you need this job, you need the money. So it's like I can treat you any kind of way because you're gonna need this job. You know what I mean? So they take advantage. It's like I can talk to you like you're my child because you're gonna need this job, and I never used to accept that. I used to always know my worth, but it came a time where it's like, dang, I keep on, knowing my worth and getting rid of these jobs, and then I'm not financially stable. So then I kind of like switched, like taking the disrespect just to be so-called financially stable, just to end up not even still financially stable. Okay, so how ironic is I'm still not, and still going through like disrespect and stuff like that. So it's like I'd rather keep my respect than to be so called financially stable. Like at this point, I'd rather be homeless than having everybody trying to disrespect me and control my life. Because then I will have the freedom to do whatever I want. You know what I mean? Without somebody down my dang on neck and back because they think they got some type of power. But yeah, I've been rambling on and on and on. I'm gonna go ahead and get off this thing. But it's a good talk, relating, you know, relating to each other's situation. It's a good talk. And I'll go ahead and get off this thing because I can talk about that stuff for hours. But I know you have things to do. I have things to do. So probably not best. I need to do some things. I need to cook and all that. But yeah. Yep, I try not to, but they be trying they best. They be trying their hardest. If they know some one trigger don't work for you, it's like let me try another one that didn't work, or that used to trigger her, but that don't trigger her now. So now I need to find something new that will probably trigger her. See, people will try any way to figure out your triggers and like use them against you. That's why when you know that's that type of person around you, don't give them no more fuel to don't give them the bullet to shoot you. You know what I mean? So don't give them no more. And I feel like that's what I was doing for the most part. I would give them the damn. So I had to blame myself because some of the situations I was in, I gave them the damn bullet to shoot me. So I gotta quit giving the bullet to shoot me. I would tell certain things, and then they'll use it against me, or I would say I'm a very nice person, and it's like, oh, how nice are you? Now I could just try to step all over you to see how nice are you, so it's like I would give them the bullet to goddamn shoot me for some time. So, and I had to realize stop giving people the damn bullet to damn shoot me. So I tell them like, oh, this is a situation that happened to me, and it triggered me, and it made me feel this type of way. And then I turn around 2 weeks later to use that against me, and then I don't take that as a sign to quit fucking with that person. I keep on telling them and keep on allowing them out in my life. Then at that point I can't complain that they keep on, you know what I mean? Because I keep allowing it. So I do have to take some accountability. Like stop giving a damn bullet for these people to shoot you. It don't matter who they are. It could be a coworker, a family, a stranger, a dog, a lover, whoever, but stop giving them the damn bullet to shoot you. So it's like privacy. You don't have to feel guilty about your privacy. If somebody want to be in your privacy that bad, it's probably not for a good reason. So just stop telling them certain things that trigger you. Stop telling them certain situations that you know that they will throw in your face any chance that they get or they feel like they need to benefit from. So just kind of move in silence if you know you're around those type of people. Yep, confidence definitely is key for sure. That's the main thing holding me back is not feeling confident enough. If I do this, that, and the third, like, you know, not confident enough for that, how people will see me, but gotta quit overthinking and thinking about that. It's wasting too much time. We're not even living life. I'm trying to have fun and accomplish things and like I said, go out this earth happy. I don't have time to like worry about what people think. I don't have time to serve others or not my damn self. I gotta serve myself first before I can help anybody. You know what I mean? And then you gotta deserve that help from me. If you're an asshole to me, why the fuck am I helping you? It don't make sense. You know what I mean? I had an ex who would like be like, you can't be on your phone, you can't do this, you can't do that. But he could be on his phone, he can cheat, he can do this, that, and the third. And it's like, okay, what's for one, what's the point of this relationship? For two, why are you allowed to do all these different things and I'm not? And this, that, and the third. And he would kind of like huff and puff and be upset. But it's like, I'm telling the truth, you know? So I'm just done giving people the damn bullet to shoot me when I know they don't have the best intentions, for me. Even if it gets lonely, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna give you the bullet to shoot me. Because some people just don't stop. They'll keep shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting and picking and poking and picking and poking and picking and poking. Because again, they have nothing better else to do. They don't feel good about themselves and whatever other reasons. They'll just keep going and go. Like some of these people, they don't stop. They don't learn a lesson. They don't care to change. They don't care to be a better person. They actually care to be like devilish and stuff like that. So you have to be the one to be like, okay, enough is enough. Because if you allow it, then they're like, okay, well then what's the problem or what's wrong or okay, this is fun. I can keep doing it or you don't have no boundaries and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Cool. I don't have to come through for them. I know they're always going to be there for me. You know what I mean? And no, fuck that. I don't want you to ever expect when somebody says you're really nice all the time or you're always there for me and stuff like that. I'm sorry, that's a red flag. I, I don't like that compliment no more. I'd rather you say I'm mean, evil, and the villain at this point because when I was super nice, it was really bad and unhealthy and toxic, and people just did the lowest of disrespect that you could ever imagine, and nobody ever wants for somebody to do to them. And I don't deserve that. I'm a better person than that. I'm now out here raping and killing people and stealing people's money and bullying people for no reason and all this other stupid shit. So I don't deserve to be like abused and used and all that. You know what I mean? So it's over with that type of stuff. Yep. I don't care about looks anymore. Yep. Fuck that. Treat me right or get out my face. Right. Okay. Hey, if you can't respect me, you gotta go, baby. If you bring in all type of drama and harm and chaos in my life, you gotta go. If you want to be one-sided and selfish and I never get to speak my truth, I never get to have my feelings, I never get to be, treated well, you gotta go. If I feel like I can never tell you the truth or we can never have a heart-to-heart conversation, you gotta go. If I feel like you're trying to treat me like a child when I'm a grown ass woman, almost about to be 30 in like 2, 3 years, you gotta go. You know what I mean? Like certain stuff, I'm not accepting anymore. That was the old me, when I just feel like nobody accepted who I truly was. But at this point, I don't care who the fuck accept who I truly am. Yes, I can probably be quote unquote weird and like certain things that other people don't get or understand, but I don't care. That's me. Like you should probably listen to. You probably heard that song before by Mary J. Blige. This is me. That song will always get to me because it's like this is me. This is who I am. Take me as I am, or have nothing at all. Like this is me. I'm not about to like change or walk on eggshells or try to like be a certain way so you can not be embarrassed or be a certain way so you can benefit or be a certain way for whatever other reason. Like this is me, and if you don't vibe with it, you can get the fuck on. You know what I mean? Because I'm not about to be this fake person and pretend like I'm not something I am just for you to feel, okay. And I'm not. It don't make sense. Like I need to be feeling okay for my damn self because I gotta live my life. I got to. If you go, you know what I mean. Then what? Well, I'm gonna go to the next person and be like, okay, what should I do now? The fuck? No, I'm not codependent on anybody. I want to be independent and like doing my own shit because that's where I'm supposed to be. I'm grown. You know what I mean? That's when you do. That's what you do when you're a kid and stuff like that. When you got your parents in your ear saying do this, that, and third, and trying to teach you about the world the best they can or whatever the case may be. That's for that. That's not when you're pushing 30 and stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm not about to let nobody in my life trying to control it. Like, oh, if you're acting like this or if you're doing that, then like, I can't mess with you. And it's like, okay, bye, bye then, bye. You know what I mean? Like if you're a guy and you think I'm supposed to just, bow down to you, cook every second, have sex, do all this flips and tricks and stuff while you're not pleasing me at all, bye. If you're family and you're like, oh, you can't be a certain way or you're gonna embarrass me or this, that, and the third, or I don't really care for you as family, bye. Whatever the case may be, is like bye. You know what I mean? Because I'm choosing myself. I'm not begging or no longer desperate to fit in because I feel like I have nobody else in this world. You know what I mean? That was the child me when I feel like, oh, I gotta, I'm different to everybody else. Let me try to fit in so I don't feel lonely, so I don't feel bullied, so I don't feel judged, so I don't feel this, that, and the third. That's no longer the case. Like I'm a grown ass woman and I got other stuff that I want to do in this world and I don't have time to worry about who's coming along with me, who's not, who feels some type of way about how I'm acting and who ain't. Like I'm not a reflection of you. You know what I mean? Like I'm living my life. As long as it don't fatally affect you, as long as you're not getting shot because of me and my drama, which I don't have and I don't care to have, then you shouldn't really worry about how I'm living my fucking life. Okay? Yep. I may have heard it. I love some, oh, doesn't mean anything. Show don't. Blood ain't no damn thicker than no damn water. I don't know who said that. Be old people. I feel that because I'm very mature and I always connected more to older people, even when I was like 10 years old. From all the, me too. Like I don't give a damn what kind of race you are or anything like that. I never been that type of person, and I feel like so much had held me back with other people's like thoughts and opinions and program ways. Certain people in my family like, oh, you're friends with them, they're white, blah 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 blah, and it's like, who gives a fuck? They're a good person, they're lit, they're fun to be around. I don't care. As long as you got a pure heart, you're fun to be around, you got good intentions for me, you know what I mean? Then I don't care. I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you came from. I don't care how you were raised. None of that matters as long as, again, you're good to me. You're a pure person. Like you're doing right in the world and stuff like that. For the most part, because nobody's perfect, but for the most part, you're doing right in the world and stuff. I do not care what color you are at all. It wouldn't even make sense. I'm mixed with black and white. So why would I even care? Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be racist towards white people or I'm going to be racist towards black people? That don't even make fucking sense because I'm mixed. Even though I only know my black part of the family, still at the end of the day, I'm mixed. Like that wouldn't even make fucking sense. Like, come on now. And I feel like I would still be the same person if I was fully white or fully black. I would still be the person that didn't even give a fuck about no damn color as long as your soul was good. It's like at this point, I would rather be lonely with cats than around certain toxic individuals. Give me that all day. I would live in a cardboard box if I didn't have to live with people who always try to like make me feel bad about myself because they feel bad about themselves or some other stupid reason. Like I would rather. I know a girl who did that actually. She got so fed up and tired of people like trying to control her and her life and her finances and stuff like that. And she was like, fuck it. She had moved. She could barely afford her rent. She was like shitting in buckets and stuff like that. But she had rather did that than to be around certain people. And I'm like, dang, I wish to kind of like be like that. Because sometimes I would care. I'm like, let me save people reputation. Let me not put people business out there that they're really, a shitty person. Let me try to keep the quote unquote peace. That's not true peace. The true peace is speaking your damn truth and being true to who you are. That's the true peace. The true peace come from, letting people know what it is and being able to like close both of your eyes and being okay at the end of the day. It's not, let me not speak about this situation so everybody won't blow up and brush it under the rug and this that. That's not peace. That's not. I thought that was the true peace. That's not the true peace. The true peace is you got that shit off your fucking chest. They did a negative, you did a negative, and now it equals a positive. You know what I mean? That's the true motherfucking peace. It's being real and authentic and, you know, going after what you really want, not hiding it, not suppressing it, not, trying to protect it from people, not trying to brush issues under the rug. That's not peace. Just so you won't, quote unquote, stir things up. No, fuck that. If it got to cause a scene in order for you to feel good because you got it off your chest, then that's what it needs to be. Because who the fuck wants to walk on eggshells? It don't feel good. It's awkward. Okay, it's awkward, and I don't like being fake. I don't. It just don't. It don't fit with me. Eventually, it's gonna come out. Oh, I just need 1414. It's a good thing I'm kind of chilling today, cause I'm rambling on. Yep, the older you get, the less you care about shit. And it's like some people will try to make me feel like I'm the ugliest in the world. I'm not the ugliest person in the world. Matter of fact, everybody beautiful in their own way. But it's like instead of internalizing things, it's like, bitch, you ugly. Your wig is pulling. You know what I mean? Because it's probably a fact. But I just need to say it more instead of like accepting what people feel and think about me. Shit, I need to project stuff on into the world too. Projection is not always a bad thing. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it actually helps, mirror for people to like be mirrored and see certain things in themselves. So sometimes it's not always a bad thing, you know. But shit, people gonna be bullying you, doing this, that, and the third, and projection. You need to get a little projection out too, so you don't internalize all that and take all that abuse and take all of that. You need to get a little something out too. Because like I said, a negative and a negative equals a positive. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna really go, but again, that one job, that's like the main thing where I learned a lot. Um, Again, a guy was like just being like an ass to me, and like one day I just kind of got fed up, and like I was like a total ass that day to him, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, you're mean, da 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 da," and I'm just smiling and I'm feeling good because it really did feel good to like release that shit, get it off my chest, fight back, all of that. It felt good. And I didn't even care that he said I was mean and da 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 da. Because again, he kept fucking with me, and it just felt really good to just like get that out of there and like, because again, I was internalizing everything and taking it and accepting it and just feeling like miserable and depressed. And when I kind of like lashed out on him and like was fed up, it felt good because he just kept fucking with me. So again, like I said, a negative and a negative equals a fucking positive. Like sometimes you gotta project or bully or stand up your damn self instead of just taking it all in just to be so called a nice person or so called keep the peace. And that's what I was like kind of trying to do. Well, it really wasn't that. It was mainly to try to like keep my damn job because I had PTSD from where I was fired from my first job, feeling like I couldn't say like no, and trying to be financially stable and stuff. But sometimes you gotta kind of forget about that and like let a motherfucker know like this is not what you want. And I just for a second I lashed out on him and I'm like, this is not what you want, and he left me the fuck alone. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go because I kind of been rambling on. But like I said, it's good to get that out there. I don't be bothering nobody, so it's like you don't have the right to bother me. Go bother somebody that's bothering other people and give them their karma and get out my face. But yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll probably be back on sometime tomorrow for like an hour. It won't probably be as long as today, but I'll be on. And yeah, much love and blessings. Make sure to do what makes you happy, regardless of other people's opinion, especially if you want to trade lives in them and they doing worse off than you. Take it one day at a time. Self love first before anything. And yeah, just live a happy life. Make sure you achieve your goals and go out with a bang. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. Self care is not freaking selfish, especially if you've been doing a lot for other people for a long period of time. You like deserve to get some of that back. You too, huh? It definitely was a good chit chat. It definitely was. You gotta find those people that can kind of like relate or at least understand you, even if they don't relate. You know what I mean? At least understand you, and that's always good. So yes, have a good weekend. Get that beauty rest. Bye. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Take care. Hurry up and delete the messages.